knowing information and taking data is really very important for this kind of listening test. And when they begin, sometimes they do not continue a long speech and they make it shorter. But when they make it shorter, probably they are talking about 0, 1, 2, 0. And if you are not familiar with you are in trouble. So you have to sometimes concentrate to the long ideas they are talking on. For example, they were talking about a postcode. You thought that it could be probably the postcode you belong to in your locality, but when they are talking about street of a state of UK or Canada or maybe Australia, they take it longer, and sometimes there could be maybe 20 to 22 numbers. And if you are not familiar with 22 or 20 or 22, there you are stuck. So taking a short note is very essential when you go on. Sometimes you are not sure of what the number has been exactly said, then you can give a note on the particular information. That short note could be very helpful for you. And when the two person talk together, sometimes you find that one person gets silent for probably 2 minutes and one person talks for a long time, probably 1 and 2 minutes, and there they gave a break, and sometimes they talk a long sentence, and that time that would not exactly let you go on probably very well. So if they talk about a particular place, for an example, facing an interview, they might tell about their experience, or sometimes they might tell about their educational certificate, whether she or he would bring them to be submitted, or just only come up with the CV. Sometimes there might be an interview which you would go on live, or which would go on online, that might be very carefully listened to. And sometimes it exactly happens that they wanted to know the details about the family, whether he or she is married or not. Sometimes they even want to know that if they are given the food facilities while working in that institution, what kind of food they would like to eat. And that probably is about the vegetable, it's about the beef, it's about the mutton. And if they don't have something available, there you would be asked the questions about their likes and dislikes. And for example, I have just had a listening, there two persons were talking together and they were giving the various information. For example, they were talking about the addresses and how she or he would come, whether they would prefer the normal vehicle or a train or a cab or a bus. And they're telling that bus would be cheaper for you but cab would be better for you. So one is cheaper, another is better. So do you know the information specifically is very important for a listening test? And if it is a cheaper, you have to go for the bus, and if it is better, you have to go for the cab. And sometimes they might give you the other option that's about the flight. The flight comes faster than any other thing, but it will be costlier. And if you say I do agree, or if you say, well, I cannot afford the last one, it means you cannot afford the expenditure of the plane or flight. Therefore you have to choose if you can say I would like to enjoy the cheaper one, then you are going for the bus. And if you say that I would like to enjoy the middle one, it means it goes for the cab, I mean better one. So this is how it continues, and he or she is giving the information that this is the man or persons you can talk on the phone, or you can directly contact with him or her through a specific this number. It's a direct line, but you would not better talking to this person before the evening hour or before the afternoon. Therefore you have to think about the time, what he means about the afternoon, or it is better to talk to him in the evening. He is very kind and helpful, but if you talk to him phone him in the afternoon, he might not receive the phone call. Even after if he receives the phone call, he might not talk to you or give the time. Be a misunderstanding the approach of the persons, that you, whether you didn't get him or you did not get him. Therefore you would rather phone him in the evening, then you find that he's very helpful and he's kind. That's how the second idea goes on. Then there could be some ways of knowing the days that would be better for you to go on Tuesday. Oh, Tuesday you cannot go. Tuesday would be very busy day as they have an assignment there, or on official workshop on financial issues. And say the official work and financial issues, that is very important. One is official work and another is financial issues, so you have to concentrate both the words, official work and financial issues. That's how they goes on sometimes. And they would ask you to avoid the probably the Thursday, and they say Tuesday is a free day for all kind of activities, and just they stay relaxed, and then you can go and join there. And if you have the personal problem that regarding your financial structure, living standard, and whether there is any kind of necessity of repairing any kind of tools, instrument, you can go and talk to him or her. That's how they go on. And this is the very important area of that, how they are talking about the number, time, days, contacting a person's, and sometimes spelling of the name gets really bigger. And if the name is bigger, that gets very tough for an individual. Say they are saying that is WARENTDBUF, and you thought that BF is over, now BFHIC. Like that they continues they continue the words, and that gets bigger. Well, there could be two or three parts of a name of an individual, so there you might not need to put the middle of one. You have to only write the first name, and then you have to begin with the first name, or first the name begins with the capital letter. And that's the ideas, especially goes on the listening test, and the section 1. And if we cannot hit better in the section 1, there would be probably a kind of demoralization, frustration, or a misunderstanding, or that could be a slow poisoning your confidence. So not to get slow poisoning on your confidence, you be sure of each and every word gets stuck. And sometimes it is better to go with the listening script. And if you can go with the listening script, lots of learnings could be happening together, that you can get that how they give the gap, and what the information they probably know, whether the first one or the middle one or third one. That's how you need to continue, and that's how you can understand that these are the ways. And therefore there is suggestions if you would like to be a good listener. And there what you want to do, that you really listen the beginning of sentences and sentences, or sometimes the information or theory or idea or perception, and that goes better. So this is how we do it. And the perpetual, or the most important, or the significant of today's idea is that if we would like to be doing better in these sections, we have to go with their listening transcript while listening to audio, and that would be really great goal for you to have a better score in listening. Thank you very much for joining this session. Good luck, everyone.